en Toronto. Así es, aquí seguimos. Estamos en Queen West y vamos a visitar un restaurante que me trae vuelta loca que se llama Cajú. Vamos a verlo, ¿les parece? Vengan. Y ya estamos dentro. Estamos con el chef Mario Cassini. Que, by the way, what are you doing in Canada?
A Brazilian in Canada.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I had a dream. I always want to go beyond Brazil and discover another culture. And one day I thought about maybe it would be States, but then instead I came to Canada. And then I fall in love with this place, and then I stay.
It's very easy to fall in love with Canada.
Canada is a beautiful country and multicultural, so everybody can feel at home here.
Of course. And when did you decide to become a chef?
That was, I always like to cook, but that came to me, I pursued that when I came to Canada and said, well, what am I going to do in Canada? I need a profession. So then I went to the cooking school, and then I did my apprenticeship in the city, in hotels and restaurants, and then I want to do something that is related to my culture.
So you made this restaurant?
Then that's what Cajú was born.
Wow, and I want to know, is this cooking passion born since you were little, or did it develop at a certain point in your life?
Good question. I was, I have my aunt that cooks so well. She lives next door to us. So I was always like waking up in the morning, my aunt was already cooking, and the smell of the food. Yeah. And then, I was 4 years old that I remember. And then I would go to her house and watch her cooking, And then sometimes she put me in the little chair to watch the blender, She making like a soup, black bean puree. And I look inside the blender, she holds me there. So that was the influence, and that's the way I started to have the passion for the cooking.
Yeah, because you need passion for this kind
Absolutely, you do.
Material. And tell me about your concept, about how you developed this dream. Was it tough to establish here?
You know what? Restaurant is tough.
Yeah.
And especially when it's away from, it's a new... Canada was new to me then, right? So to learn the regulations, so that's not easy. But you know what? It took me a while to find the right location. I thought about what exactly should I do. But then I said, I think Brazilian cuisine, Canada is open.
Yeah.
I think Canada is open for the multiculturalism. And why not? The flavors of the world is here. So I think they need to know more about the Brazilian cuisine. So that's why I decided to do it. Because we are multicultural as well in Brazil.
Yeah, of course. And
so
you have a lot of culture.
Our dishes comes from the influence from all over the world as well, right?
Of course.
So then I decided to share that what we have, the best, to Canadians.
I also want to know, what's your favorite plate from the menu? I saw the menu. It's amazing. It's great menu. But what is your favorite one? Sí, la caipirinha!
Well, it depends on the day. I like, some days I feel like I want fish. But some days I like the steak. We have a very nice steak, the picanha.
Oh, yeah. I've been looking forward for
That's
that.
a very special cut. It's a special cut for the sirloin steak. So we have that. So that's what I like when I feel like to eat a steak. But sometimes I feel like fish.
Yeah, so it depends on your
Depends. Mood. But in winter time, I like the feijoada.
Oh, well. And what are we cooking today?
What I select for you is, I'm going to cook some shrimp in a caipirinha, because you like the caipirinha.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to do like a fish stew they call moqueca, which is a native dish that later was suffered the influence with the Portuguese, and then also from the Africans that came to Brazil. They brought the coconut milk and the ginger and the malagueta peppers. So that influenced the dish as well. So I'm going to show it to you that dish.
Well, let's go ahead to the kitchen. Vámonos corriendo a la cocina. Nuevamente saliendo de las entrañas de la cocina, pero ya estamos aquí adentro y ahora sí vamos a ponernos a cocinar brasileñísimo. Así que, I'm ready.
So what am I going to cook for you?
Please tell us.
This is called monkfish. It's a monkfish fillet.
Okay.
We have peppers, we have onions, we have the tomato paste, ginger, garlic, cilantro, and tomatoes.
Okay.
So the first thing
Is this marinated?
is marinating lime and herbs,
And herbs. Okay.
just for a few minutes.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, I have the skillet, get it ready here. So a little bit of olive oil,
Okay.
some
onion.
onions,
Those are already caramelized, right?
exactly.
Okay,
You know,
that's
you know.
nice.
I guess you're doing this for a while.
Yeah, quite some
Some
time.
peppers.
Was it tough for you to find like the perfect flavor to meet the right recipe with the Brazilian flavors?
Not in Canada. We can find everything here.
Yeah?
Some ginger,
That's good. Ginger.
some garlic, of course. A little bit of the tomato paste.
Nice. And tomato sauce.
And some tomato, chopped tomato and some tomato juice.
Wow.
I have here, this is fish stock. A little bit of fish
Some
stock.
of it.
And some cilantro.
Cilantro.
Cilantro goes very well with this dish, with the fish.
It starts to smell good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of salt now.
Okay.
This is a pepper. This pepper came from Africa, but now I can call this is a Brazilian pepper. It's malagueta. Two of them.
Two of them.
Will be enough.
Do you like
And
your food spicy or not?
I don't like this spice that kills the
Mild.
flavor.
Mild spicy?
You gotta have the flavor in your mouth afterwards, right?
Yeah.
So here goes the fish.
3 and 4.
And a little bit of coconut milk. That's gonna add some nice touch. I like a little bit of more cilantro and some salt. So
Oh God! And you leave it there?
what I do, I leave in the fire for 2 minutes and I put it in the oven for another 5 minutes. I cover and then for 5 minutes and be ready.
Okay.
At the meantime, I'm gonna cook for you another dish.
Okay, let's do it.
And the oven goes.
And to the oven.